Hey guys, this is Sam Helix, and today we're going to talk about vocal processing. Before we begin this video, be sure to smash the like button if you like these mini masterclasses, and let's get right into this topic. So processing your vocals can be a very powerful tool in order to get a nice sounding mix. Processing your vocals is so important because it's the main center of attention in your track and it can really make it sound special. So let's jump right into FL, and I'm going to show you guys how I process my vocals. Okay, so here we are back in FL Studio. This is actually a project of a track of mine which will be out relatively soon. I do not have like a set release date just yet, but I just wanted to show you guys the vocals because the vocals are actually pretty awesome. So let's play these vocals.
You told me that we should go our separate ways, but now you're back, begging for a place to stay. Oh, it's not right. I wanna kiss you when we fight, kiss you when we fight. Hit the road, babe. I don't wanna see the mess you made. I don't wanna hear about your mistakes. I just wanna live my life without you.
Afterward, it repeats itself because that is where the buildup is. So let's actually go to the mixer track of this track, which is actually mixer track 19. You can see there's only 3 plugins on it. For me, it really depends. With every vocal, it's different. But I'm just gonna show you what I typically do at least. So first, I compress the vocal with a nice compressor that works well on vocals. Like this is the CLA2A by Waves. You can use this. You don't have to use this. You can use like pretty much any other compressor. But just make sure like the differences between the really loud parts and the really quiet parts are a little bit like less apparent. Actually, you can place your vocals into the mix a little bit better that way. So after that, I just cut the lows, of course. Always want to get rid of those lows. And then I used a nice EQ. This is actually like an EQ without like it's a different type of EQ. This is more like a visual EQ where you can really see what frequency is where. And this is just to like pretty much only boost. It's a nice EQ, which is kind of cool. Like you can use the nice EQs to only boost stuff, and you can use the less nice EQs to only cut, because every EQ can cut, but not every EQ has a nice sound in boosting. But we'll talk about that some other time. Mainly make sure you boost the highs on your vocal, because it can really sound professional that way. For some reason it just does.
You told me that we should go our separate ways.
It goes from
but
this
now you're back, begging for a place to stay. Oh, it's not right.
To that. After you have boosted the highs, sometimes you will need a de-esser actually, which is actually gonna take out the S sounds. So you can get a de-esser on there, of course. This de-esser is really nice. It's also by Waves, because you can actually set a frequency. Because for every vocal, the S sound is different because it's different singers. So what you can do actually is just go into the EQ.
You told me that we should go our separate ways.
See when she sings a S, it's over here. So you see how much, like what the frequency of that is. It's about like 11,000 hertz. So you just put it on 11. Drag this all the way up, this little knob, and then you can set the threshold.
You told me that we should go our separate ways, but now you're back.
You'll actually see it triggers this when she sings an S. If you overdo it, it's gonna sound like they have a lisp, so you don't want that. And then after that, I just put like a lower vocal under it, which is like an octave lower pretty much. And I just cut the lows on that. After that, I put some reverb on it, of course, cleaned up the reverb with the EQ, like I showed you guys in my last video about reverb tricks. And then I put a delay on it, and actually which is really another cool thing about bussing your delay as well. I bust the delay and made sure there's a sidechain afterwards on the vocal. So when the vocal plays, there's not that much delay going on, but when the vocal stops, you really have to like have that delay that really fills up the emptiness. Because like this especially works very well if you have vocals that have a lot of like emptiness, like empty spots, like here, here, here in between. They really, it really helps. And then the delay goes to the reverb, so the delay has a little bit of room to it. Yeah, so that's actually how I process my vocals. It's not that difficult, and I hope you guys learned something from this. Every vocal needs a little bit different attention, so these settings do not like apply for every vocal. Sometimes you need some extra stuff, but the basics is pretty much this. I hope you learned more about how to process your vocals and how I process mine. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Hit the bell icon to get notified. Check out my socials right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.